All right, cool. Well, hello everybody. You know, we kind of had an iCarly-esque countdown, and it just reminisced me of watching iCarly in the past. Welcome to Speedrun Saturdays. This is the first ever episode. We're kind of testing everything out, but if you're here, you're the first to experience greatness. Now, today we are going to be speedrunning through iCarly 1 for the Wii, Zoey 101 for the GBA, and also Drake and Josh for the DS. And the racers are going to be us. So not only is this our show, we are the content for today's Speedrun Saturdays. I'm going to be taking EZScape down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I would say EZScape slightly has an advantage. He has a little bit more practice, but you know, I might surprise you. I might come out on top. All right.
Man, I saw you hitting all those clips first try.
Dude, Josh, I really was. Yeah. I really was though. But yeah, we also have some commentators. We have Silo Simon.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well.
And we have PMMeObama.
Yeah, what's up, everyone?
These guys are basically experts compared to what we know. Silo Simon was the ex-world record holder of iCarly 1. PMMeObama is the world record holder of iCarly 1, and he's the world record holder of Zoey 101. But yeah, we're going to be going here pretty soon. All right. Well, Artemis, you can go ahead and throw us over to the race layout.
All right, so these guys are going to be starting their timers when they create a file, so hopefully they'll figure that out among themselves.
So if anyone's unfamiliar with the iCarly speedruns, there's not a ton of time save. So they're probably going to be pretty even.
And they are... let's see. And they're off. Yeah, this first minigame is timed, so... nothing at all that you can do to speed it up, but you want to make sure in all of the games to do sort of decent so that at the end of the webisode you don't fail the webisode. So there's definitely a little bit of time save in some of these games that are not entirely obvious, but they do save a good amount of time, and all of the time save that you can get in this game is important if you want to be ahead. So EZScape's going to be getting out of webisode 1 here, and now he has to do a bunch of menuing. This is pretty much the most intense menuing section in the game, where you have to go check your email and then go to the shop, buy something from the shop, and then go check your email again, go to the customize section, but you don't have to customize anything because it's not required for whatever reason, and then you go into webisode 2. So that's like a massive, that's like a kind of probably the hardest part of iCarly 1 speedrunning. One of them is learning that menuing section, because it's probably the most complicated out of all of them.
So EZScape's on the next game we can save some time on. This is called the Snippets tree. So you just want to get all those noses on the tree as fast as possible to stop the timer. The problem with this game is the hit detection is terrible. So even if you just place a nose on the tree in a perfectly fine spot, the game will just tell you no and then knock it off. You have to try it again.
Yeah, like a good couple of these noses that Easy put right in the middle of the tree didn't even stay on the tree, but yeah, got a pretty good game.
Yeah, some of these EZScape's noses are stacked on each other, and then it's still letting him do that.
Definitely going well. Like, the race is still pretty close. They're still within, with the delay that there is, I'm pretty sure they're still within about 4 or 5 seconds of each other. So, tacos, fast tacos. This is the best skip in the game. Speed tacos. You just break all of the spaghetti tacos. That is taco skip.
Doing these dancing mini games now. There's multiple of these throughout the run, and every time you have to shake the weird mode a bit differently, but it doesn't really explain that to you. I've probably won on the DS. If you mess up even a little bit, it'll quit out the entire webisode and you have to start it over. It's pretty brutal, actually. Yeah. Some of the games are pretty difficult with the touchscreen.
This one's like baby Wii game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you could probably give this to a 5-year-old and they'd probably be able to beat it. But it's a great speed game. I mean,
oh yeah,
like,
I think it's one of the best.
The pace.
There's a 320 stars speedrun for this game, which is a significantly larger amount of stars than there are in Super Mario 64. So,
right, yeah, like Super Mario 64 doesn't have nearly that many stars.
So not quite as competitive.
No, it's not as nearly as good of a speed game.
Green, and then you have to choose the picture that matches the item that you get. So Easy failed it right there.
Yeah, I mean, overall, yeah, thankfully on any percent, it won't really matter too much. As long as Easy doesn't fail like 5 or 6 mini games, like just get no score at all in all those games, he'll probably be all right.
Yeah.
Here's another one of the mini games. They're another one of the hand grabbing mini games where they just go and grab snacks from the middle. So Easy wants to let them grab the chips, and then he just wants to spritz them with water so he respawns more hands as the game goes on. Bescape saved 4 seconds, so Bescape's even catching up even more now. So we're at webisode 6 now out of 6 out of 8. So there's only 3 webisodes left, including this one.
And then here's another big time save game. It's the Wiener dog dressing game. It'll be a random one of those 3 outfits: cow, tiger, or pig. It doesn't really make a difference which one you get. They all have the same amount of pieces.
I put him on the wrong feet.
Looks like they both got the pig. And Bescape saved a ton of time. Bescape just caught up a ton because EZScape was struggling on the legs there. Those legs are very easy to mix up because they look pretty similar. And EZScape was putting the wrong legs on both legs. So Bescape is now, I'm pretty sure Bescape is quite ahead now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that was a major turning point in this race. So Bescape is definitely now, I'm pretty sure with the slight desync, he is now ahead. All right, so now we're getting to the end of webisode 8. This is the final mini game here. Yeah, some of them, like, you can get power-ups or power-downs that will reverse your controls or maybe make your nets.
Alright, EZScape's done. And then
alright, sweet.
EZScape's
good. And Bescape has 40-22 there. I'm not sure if there's any desync, but they might be able to fix that. We'll see. It looks like... I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who won.
Alright, well, that was a race.
Check with the judges.
Well,
about that?
I don't know if I'm cut out for iCarly. One speedrunning, guys.
It's all good. You guys did good. I think you guys did definitely really good in some of the mini games. Were definitely like Bescape definitely did really well on that one dressing up mini game, and yeah, the menuing was good for both of you and everything. So I think it was awesome.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna go on a quick intermission, and we'll be right back with Zoey 101.
Okay, sweet. So basically Zoey 101, this is also another minigame collection, although this one has way less games that are timed and way more that you can save time on, and a lot of interesting strats as well. So
yeah, it's a much shorter game too. So I've also got a world record on this game. I think Bescape at one point actually had a world record of me and someone else beat his time.
Go.
All right, and they're synced. Great.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes it way better.
Yeah, sweet. All right, so we're off to the first game.
Yeah, so this one, it's pretty simple. You can see on the top right, that's the score requirement. So you just need 2 points. It means you need to score it once. So what you need to do is you need to run back and forth to kind of juke. I forget if his name is, I think he's Chase is his name. You need to kind of juke him out. Immediately we're moving into disc golf. And this is one of the tougher minigames. You want to get it in there. They both got holes in one, which is pretty hard to do. So that's a great start for this one. Usually when I was doing runs, I would start with this game. Oh, 2 holes in one. Oh, both of them.
Wow, nice. Yeah, they're both doing really well.
Yeah,
disc golf is definitely a little bit. It takes a good bit of practice, it seems. So you wanna get really good at perfecting these.
I don't even think I got all 3 in world record.
Let's go.
Nice. They both got all 3. That's sweet.
Yeah, that's actually
Awesome.
pretty hard.
This is going well.
Yeah.
This next mini game here, we need to make sushi. So you go and make sushi, and then you serve it to all these people at the restaurant that want the sushi. And I think you, for a lot of these mini games, you just have a goal of doing a certain thing a couple of times, right?
Right.
And then you just need to let the timer count down from there after that.
Yeah. So for this first sushi mini game, you only need to serve 2 people, and then you can kind of just sit around and do whatever you want.
Yeah, you just chill, but it's a good time to look at chat or read some good manga. I don't know.
So this next game is the JetX racing game. I think it looks pretty impressive for a Game Board game, actually.
Yeah, I've said this before, but like it seems like this mini game here makes me think that
These
were
came all the way
trying to-
around there.
nice.
This next one is called Quinventions. There are also fake parts where some of them are pretty similar to the real parts, and if you accidentally put the wrong one, it kind of blows up your invention and puts most or all of the pieces back to the start, so you can waste a good bit of time on that. Both going through these at a pretty decent pace, so it'll be interesting to see who's ahead after that. Rat Races was where I think probably we'll see the biggest difference, because there's a lot of RNG in that, and also it's pretty easy to mess up and lose a bunch of time on it. So you have to memorize quite a few of them.
I was like, what was I missing?
Yeah, a lot more than you'd think you'd have to memorize for Zoey 101.
That's
what you
the
gotta
hardest
do
part.
when you want to be a pro gamer.
When you want to be a pro Zoey 101 fan, that's what it takes.
Yeah, Dan Schneider games don't mess around. You know, they go hard.
Yeah, I think he made them with the intention of having them speedrun, so
Yeah,
that's why they're all kind of masterpieces in that sense.
they're getting pretty close here. They got the 5-head bot. Escape's got the 5-head bot.
EZScape's done with the second hub world. Yes, so he's going on to the third and final hub world.
So this wrestling game is kind of funny. I forget. Don't you just kind of stand in like mostly just one spot and not do much? I guess it doesn't really matter much because it's super easy anyway.
Well, what I do is I would run and I would avoid him, and that's what you're supposed to do. But EZScape realized you could mash out of it fast enough, and then your health refills itself to the point where it doesn't really matter. So you can avoid him if you want, or you can just stand still and let him grab you, and then just mash out of it. I think this is a reference to the show. I think at one point Zoey joins like a wrestling team or something. I'm not quite sure, but it's one of the more interesting Dan Schneider shows because it's the only one without a laugh track. It's like
is it?
Yeah, there's no laugh track for it, so it's like it's a sitcom without a laugh track, which is pretty interesting.
Right. So it's not written with like a billion pauses every 5 seconds so people can laugh. All right, we're finally getting into the rat races here. Escape's heading into the first one here.
So yeah, so you get these
sections.
items that you have to place to kind of get the rat to go where you want it to go.
And you saw with Escape speeding the rat up there, you have an option in the game to speed them up whenever, at any point, and you want to do that mostly so you can end the level quicker, but also you might be able to move the rat a little bit sooner so you can turn another piece sooner, all that stuff. So pretty much you just hold a button and it'll just speed up the rat. Again, this might be a reference to one of the Zoey 101 cartoon, or not cartoon, the show, one of the episodes, but it definitely, when you're playing this game, it definitely makes me think Zoey 101.
Yeah, exactly.
Rat mazes. I don't know if you were gonna say, but the cheese leads the rat a specific way, so you can use that to save a good amount of time as well.
And then there are items that you can rotate to get the rat to go where you want to. And then I can't remember what I was gonna say for one of the items. All right, Easy got it. he's a little worried there, celebrating, but he figured it out.
Yeah, he was a little stuck there, but I think Escape is still ahead by a little bit, but we'll have to see. They might be pretty close here.
Yeah, Escape just got like one of the fastest ones you can get, where you just have to place one item and turn it. Oh, they both got one. So yeah, they're pretty much tied now. They're both going into the second one in this level, so they're cutting this really close.
Yeah, no, this is which is pretty crazy. I mean, Escape was ahead by like a good 40 seconds earlier, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Easy's been doing really well, and Escape messed up a little bit on one of the robot levels, so turning it around already.
Yeah, Escape got through that one there, and now he's into Toon Time, and I think is this the very last Toon Time game then, right?
Yeah, so this is the final mini game. So we're actually not positive what causes this one to end. We're thinking right now, Escape was looking more into it. We're thinking that it's just a 3-minute timer, and you're just supposed to. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pick the songs in the order it tells you to pick them in. So it'll give you 4, so you want to memorize them and then go through and pick them. And then it adds time to the timer. So we're thinking it's just you have to wait 3 minutes and then you can do it. We'll have to look into it, but I think this will be definitely a second place run.
Nice, so a nice big PB.
Yeah.
And I think. Yeah, awesome.
Saved about 4 minutes from this other time, so great run for him. And then EZScape's keeping up too, so he'll end up being probably maybe 3rd place on the board with this run.
Yeah, these are definitely really decent runs for sure. They definitely, it seems like they put in a good bit of practice, especially for the rat races and the prank week sections. It seems like, yeah, they definitely put a good amount of work into this game.
I was really impressed with how they did those.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the disc golf was perfect. Basically, it was really, really well done. See, that's the thing, though. You know, you don't need to know what you're doing to speedrun any game. So you can just pick up the game even if you've never played the game before. Yeah, it looks like we'll see how close they are. But if they both win here, then Bescape is going to be ahead by just a little bit, like because they were at a 5-second difference when they started this run, so Bescape's gonna pull ahead by 5 seconds.
All right, moment of truth. So we'll see if it restarts the game or if it gives him the credits.
Got it. 319
All right, looks like he did it. Yep, there are credits. So it's time for Bescape.
All right, Bescape's got that down, and now let's see how
Oh,
EZScape.
no!
EZScape, no.
Oh, that's
Oh,
bad.
man.
That's gonna waste
That
about
is
3 minutes
massive.
for him.
Oh my gosh,
definitely not happy
that
about
is
that.
massive.
Yeah, that gives Bescape a really good advantage going into Drake and Josh. So we'll see how that ends up for him, but that's heartbreaking. The Drake and Josh is kind of wild. It's definitely possible to catch up there, but it's going to be a little difficult.
It's pretty impressive looking.
A special thanks to Dan Schneider on Bescape's screen there at the end of the credits. The Lord of Feet himself. No, I'm not, but it's up on the stream. There we go.
Now we are. There we go. Okay, cool. Awesome. Sweet. Sorry, we were just making sure. So now the run is starting. They both start when they create a new file here. And as you can see, this game is like a game where it's top-down view, but you run around in a 3D world. And there's a lot of things you can collect, a lot of enemies you have to run around or squirt with your squirt gun. I forget, Obama, you know why they have like the squirt gun stuff, right? All the different squirt gun
yes, so there's
stuff basically.
This thing called Josh Kazam, and there's 80 levels of it, and as you play through those levels you'll unlock upgrades. So for these things, so you always have them, but you can make them last longer, and one of the abilities is sprinting, so that really saves a lot of time. And then later in a different level, the water gun is very important. But you can see they're kind of we haven't been explaining these clips so far, but you can see them kind of just like getting themselves stuck between objects and glitching themselves into the wall. So this game does not seem like a very good casual game, if I'm being honest. But the collision is very, very bad. So most of these skips for the levels, they're going to be just getting themselves stuck between two objects, glitching into a wall, and running to the end game. They also went out of their way to talk to specific NPCs and get certain prompts to come up to make sure that they loaded the items to get the level trigger to spawn, because not every level starts the level trigger spawn.
Basically just reach a certain point so the level loading trigger spawns. And then some levels you can just go pretty much right to the end of the level because the level ending trigger is just there. So
well, there's a surprising amount of ways this could go wrong. It's a pretty close race so far, so it'll be very interesting to see. But yeah, basically
they've been getting a lot of these clips really well. Like that was really well done. But one thing is Drake. You can switch between Drake and Josh, right? And Drake just moves significantly faster. So Drake is used for a lot of the run.
Yeah, I think they only use Josh when the game forces them to for certain levels where you don't have access to Drake, because I think sometimes Drake gets replaced for Megan.
Right.
But it seems like Bescape's struggling a little bit with this trick. So what they're doing here is they're trying to pull the bully and manipulate him into walking to a very specific spot, and then having him grab them in a specific way that kind of moves him, so they can set him up as kind of like an object, so they can use him to push themselves into the wall. But Bescape's having a little trouble. It is a pretty hard trick to get. He finally got it there.
Nice.
He pushed himself against the bully to slip into the wall because the collision in this game is terrible.
This whole game just has an incredible soundtrack. You guys should definitely. I don't know if Silver Gun ever made a rip of these, but somebody ought to.
The joke is he edits them and makes them sound good. Yeah, I think someone has routed in all trophies run, but no one's done it, so it's not on the boards. Because I'm not sure if you get anything for them or if it's even really worth getting them, but there are quite a few if you wanted to hurt yourself.
Alright, if you want a 100% Drake and Josh on the Nintendo DS, by all means.
Yeah, so
Alright,
they're going to the corner of this level, EZScape, and he's using the chairs to clip himself through the wall to run around the level and go to the end of the level. Yeah, because the collision's so bad, you can pretty much get out of bounds on just about any level in the game.
Right, as long as something's close enough to the wall, or if it's just a wonky corner or something, it looks like it's just pretty easy to get through them.
EZScape got both of those clips really fast with the table and then the chair, and I think those are some of the kind of tougher clips in the game to get, so that was really well done. But so far, Easy's had a pretty perfect run.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad at all. It's been really good.
It'll end up being pretty high on the leaderboard
Nice
if he doesn't
first
end up messing anything up.
Nice. Bescape got those flips pretty quick as well. So we'll see. EZScape's definitely pulling ahead here. Easy could save quite a bit of time and be able to pull ahead, which would be one heck of a comeback.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is one of the first few levels here. EZScape's on one of the levels that requires you to play as Josh. So you can see Josh is quite a bit slower, but then he has the Josh Kazam sections where Josh will just perform magic on these enemies. Basically, Josh wants to show off his magic.
Yeah, basically.
So.
And you see they're playing those little mini games on the bottom screen. Those are pretty much those are what the Josh Kazam levels are. Just when you do them for the Josh Kazam levels section in the menus of the game, there's a timer on each of them, and there's 80 you go through. And there's quite a bit of the run left as well. It seems like Beastgate messed up the routing maybe at some point and lost where he was supposed to go, so he's going to be restarting this level, which is going to be
nice.
Rough for him.
Yeah, it's going to be bad for him, but that's going to give EZScape a pretty good way to catch up, so we'll see. It might make the timers a lot closer whenever it gets to the end. EZScape might even have to restart a level, so it really definitely isn't over yet.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
for sure.
Interesting to see how this plays out.
When he just flies across the screen. Oh, that's rough. Alright, let's make it back.
They're in a hotel. That's what somebody said. They're in a hotel. There
Yeah,
you go.
iCarly and Zoey 101, those games were pretty decent at sticking close to, you know, the idea of the shows, or at least referencing them, but Drake and Josh, it really doesn't seem like there's anything about these that are inherently Drake and Josh other than the fact that Drake and Josh are in the game. EZScape in this level, he tried to stun that bully so he wouldn't keep walking through and trying to grab him, because the bullies can kind of walk through objects almost to try and grab you. It's very strange. This is really the first clip that's kind of gone pretty poorly for him so far.
Yeah, no, it definitely could give Beastgate a bit more of a good catching up time. A good amount of time to catch up. The lore is so much that it's just way too much for anyone to comprehend at all. Like, no human could possibly even try. Alright, so Beastgate got that end level trigger there behind the stairs. It's a neat little end trigger there.
A little bit of time loss unless you have them grab you on purpose to get them in the right position for a skip. But it seems like Beastgate got that doorman clip really, really fast. So that's going to really help him catch up to EZScape.
Yeah, that definitely gave him like a good minute or two. Or about a minute and a half to work with. The EZScape took a little bit of time on that. So, so that's a good catching up there. EZScape is on to the next rhythm section here, so feel free to jam out if you want this amazing music. Is this the last game? This is the last game in the race, yes.
Yeah, so whatever their final timers end up being after this is going to determine who is the winner.
EZScape is in the Western themed levels, because you gotta have some Western themed levels in Drake and Josh, and
yeah, the whole season where they were cowboys in the Old West.
yeah, you guys know the cowboy arc.
Also notice that these levels are significantly larger than all the other levels they've played, and they're going to find the right items they need. And I'm assuming they have these maps up, because someone actually got the maps from the levels from the game files.
Wow.
It's easier to like use those as reference.
It'd be way easier to navigate.
Yeah, just because these levels are so big. So that's what most people use when they speedrun these levels. But it seems like BZ's doing a pretty good job of catching up, so I'm very curious to see how far apart they are. So Easy's going into the fourth guitar level, so then they'll have one more kind of like section of levels, and then they'll be moving on to the last guitar. The game doesn't
that RuneScape ass horse in the back.
Oh yeah, no, the
so good. That
3D
art
live
is
Escape
perfect.
Impeccable, yeah.
Gosh, this music's so good though. I love the songs in this game.
Oh yeah, no, they're fantastic. So Travis is back for revenge. So Easy's fighting him right now, and it seems like it's pretty much exactly the same boss fight as the first one.
Yeah, I don't even think he has more health.
No, it's
just exactly the same.
Yeah, it's not really surprising, but it seems like he got through that pretty no problem once again.
EZScape is definitely, he's cruising. He got that clip real quick there. Like a lot of these clips, they've definitely been getting down really well. So they've definitely been putting a good amount of practice into them, or they're just getting really lucky. But I think they probably put a good amount of time into learning the clips, which is good.
It's cool to see them get through it so fast. I'm wondering if they're going to end up submitting these times to the boards. I hope they do, because I'd like to see the exact times for each of these games that they have.
Right. Easy just ended that level there really quick. That's one of the quickest levels. You just run through the wall to the end trigger.
It's always satisfying to get those that just end immediately.
Easy's finally on the level where you need to impress a ton of judges with your Joshua Kazam stuff. And Easy's trying to get the 2-for-1 there, where you can impress 2 judges at once if you stand at just the right spot in between them. So hopefully he'll get it, but it saves a good amount of time because obviously you're getting 2 done at once.
Yeah, so this last level, because it's an auto-scroller, EZScape's definitely finishing this game faster than BZ has, but we'll end up and figure out who actually won when we see the final time that BZ gets. And we'll look at the timers on the bottom and see who took the least amount of time overall.
Looks like, yeah, Bescape's been doing some of the judges as well. And I think time should be coming up not very long after that. So
yeah, it's just like a couple seconds to skip the cutscene. So
yeah, so I'm thinking, gosh, it's gonna be hard to say. It is really close.
yeah, I'm not quite sure how long that auto-scroller is. So. And
all right,
we're at time for Easy.
All right, Easy's got a 150-112 for the whole race. Now let's see how Bescape can. Let's see if he manages to get through this. I think it'll be really close. Like it's going to be very close on the timer.
Oh yeah,
like for 3 individual games being run back to back, that's pretty crazy. Very good race for sure. All right. Yeah, we'll see. All right.
Oh, man.
All right, so
I'm so close, dude. It's 12 seconds away. It's
Psych
so
yourself out
close.
now.
Oh man.
Throwing for combat.
Oh my gosh.
cutscenes after this, so it looks like Easy might.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Easy might have just barely pulled ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Drake and Josh kind of ended up changing it, but I think that's.
Yeah, no, that was a big one.
We'll just see
Easy
what it ends
took.
up on here with the
Yeah,
delay and
he
everything.
definitely got
Oh,
through
yeah,
a lot of
'cause
that
there's a
really
delay,
quick. So
I don't know.
I'm not too surprised that Easy was able to pull ahead here. But that was a very close race. Like that's a good, what, 20-second difference maybe?
I don't know.
Wait, there's a
Yeah,
no, I think
GG
I lost.
on all
There
that.
you go.
Nice.
That's
Good
time
job.
for these games. So that's going to be the end of the
No,
races.
dude.
That's nuts. Yeah, that was definitely crazy. That was very close for the whole entire thing. Drake and Josh runs were really good too. So
Oh yeah, they did a great job.
yeah,
you know-
Zoey 101 was good. Drake and Josh went well. iCarly was iCarly. So
Wow, what a race, guys.
that was crazy, dude. That was so
I think
close
close to
at
that,
the
yeah.
end. That was insane.
Reminder,
You guys
that's
killed
my
it with this.
first full completed speedrun of Drake and Josh for the DS. I've never actually
Yo.
done a full
this is
one. But yeah, what happened there is I was trying to clip through the door and it like wasn't working. I think I know what the issue was, but other than those two, that was actually like, other than very small stuff that I
Yeah.
probably could clean up, it was actually very solid.
Oh,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I thought that run was really well done for sure.
Escape, your run was pretty good too, other than having to reset on that level. That was
Oh,
heartbreaking.
Dude,
Wow.
my run was rough.
Easy didn't let up once. Like
No, he's
I was looking at
Easy
my
did very
timer
well.
and I was kind of comparing with him, and I think at one point I was like 2 minutes behind, then I was less than 2 minutes behind. I was slowly, trying to catch up, but he was hitting everything first try. So
Yeah, most of the
Well, he
stuff I
still
hit
did
was
very well.
I was actually hitting shit like hella first try.
Yeah, but Bescape's run was still good. I totally thought it was definitely good. There was just the resets that I think were pretty much the only issue.
yeah, I think it was just nerves. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it could have been.
yeah.
Honestly, it's such an inconclusive race because of the Zoey 101 stuff that happened. We got to submit this to like GDQ or something for the rematch or something.
Yeah, dude.
That would be great.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Speedrun Saturdays. If you did, be sure to leave a like, as it's the best way to show support. We are live every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on the dot, and if you want to catch the show live, all you need to do is subscribe and enable notifications to be notified when we go live. Lastly, I want to give a big thanks to our Patreon backers for supporting the series. Thank you guys so much. That's pretty much all I have to say. See you guys next time, and as always, I hope you all have a beautiful life.